Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon. There's a business news update, and today, 95.1 FM Port Harcourt, I am Lucky Maxwell. The Central Bank of Nigeria has suggested the use of e-Naira for cash transfers during the National Social Safety Net Program scale-up. The strategy document was created by the National Financial Inclusion Steering Committee, chaired by the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele. The document reveals that the e-Naira can be pre-programmed for payment to the poor and vulnerable on the social register. The CBN launched its central bank digital currency e-Naira on October 25, 2021 to drive financial inclusion, payment systems efficiency improvement, covering remittances and social intervention, and revenue and tax collections. The Central Bank of Nigeria has launched the USSD channel of the central bank digital currency tagged the e-Naira on Ballnet platform to boost the usage of the platform. It was launched in Lagos during an event to discuss the cash crunch and how the services introduced by Ballnet on the USSD channel of the e-Naira would solve the problem. During the launch, the Chief Executive Officer at Ballnet's Bulletin and Inquiries Networking Services, Bayo Akintoye, explained that in line with the cashless policy instituted by the CBN, the e-Naira was established under the Project Giant initiative and launched by the President of Nigeria in October 2021. The Nigerian Communications Commission has stated that there will be no telecommunications shutdown for the elections. It stated that all network operations would run as usual. It said this in response to information circulating about the planned network shutdown for the elections. According to the Commission, it has received assurance from all service providers and there will be no deliberate shutdown or disruption on election day. All users of telecommunications and banking services utilizing network facilities are assured of continued optimal service delivery before, during, and after the general elections in Nigeria. Reports by the National Bureau of Statistics have shown that manufacturing growth in 2022 slowed by 24.7% to 6.93% compared to 31.66% in 2021. The Chief Executive Officer of the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, Muda Yusuf, told newsmen that the operating environment had remained very bad and challenging for many of the productive sectors of the economy. The manufacturing sector comprises 13 activities: oil refining, cement, food, beverages and tobacco, textile, apparel and footwear. Other subsectors in the manufacturing sector are wood and wood products, pulp, paper and paper products, chemical and pharmaceutical products, non-metallic products, plastic and rubber products, electrical and electronics, basic metal and iron and steel, motor vehicles and assembly, and other manufacturing. The NBS stated that the contribution of the manufacturing to nominal GDP in the fourth quarter of 2022 was 13.49%, lower than the figure recorded in the corresponding period of the prior year at 14.28% and lower than the third quarter of 2022 at 13.75%. Overall, the growth rate of manufacturing stood at 2.45%, while the real contribution to GDP in the fourth quarter was 8.46%, lower than 8.4% recorded in the same period of the preceding year and lower than the 8.59% recorded in the third quarter of 2022. On the foreign scene, Netflix has slashed subscription rates in more than 30 countries across Asia, Europe, Latin America, Sub-Saharan Africa and the Middle East. The streaming giant announced the decision yesterday as it attempts to attract more subscribers amid stiff competition and strained consumer spending. Subscription charges have been lowered in Yemen, Jordan, Libya, Iran, Kenya, Croatia, Slovenia, Bulgaria, Nicaragua, Ecuador, Venezuela, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines, amongst others. The company has also clamped down on subscribers sharing their login details and passwords. And that's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. Ensure that you take advantage of this coming election to elect leaders of your choice. I'm Lucky Maxwell. Good afternoon.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
You also sing this government.
Listen for that station, John.
Don't you worry, you.
We're passionate about it.
We love talking.
We are.
Your number one talk radio station, 95.1 FM.
Okay, alright. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM? Such
A unique style.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
this is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the alarm is the one who made the public know about
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your premium talk radio station.
We are your premium talk radio station. Today 95.1 FM. The station with a unique dial.
Today 95.1 FM.
Morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ifeanyi. I'm calling you. Hello?
Yes, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning.
My name is William. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, William from Port Harcourt. Go ahead.
Talk radio.
You have a right to say no, right? All
I'm
right.
calling from Uniqua.
Okay, thank you so much for your number.
We are the station that needs no introduction. Of course, you know, we give the best in news, sports,
You like football, right?
entertainment, politics. In fact, call it talk.
Yes, we know there's a lot you want to hear, and that is why we talk about everything.
Talk radio.
We're right before you. It's just a dial away. This is your number one premium talk radio. Today, 95.1 FM. Voice of the people.
Get ready as we take you through a journey of discovery, exploitation, and essence of natural resources on your premium talk and news and sports station. It is Greenland.
A program that brings to center stage issues on agriculture with analysts, technocrats, and farmers.
To discuss the challenges, opportunities, and role of agriculture in Nigeria and how it affects our economy. Every Friday, 1 p.m. only on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Get ready as we take you through a journey of discovery, exploitation, and essence of natural resources on your premium talk and news and sports station. It is Greenland.
A program that brings to center stage issues on agriculture with analysts, technocrats, and farmers.
To discuss the challenges, opportunities, and role of agriculture in Nigeria and how it affects our economy. Every Friday, 1 p.m. only on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
The clouds go gray. On the roars and the earth sings.
A beautiful Friday afternoon it is, the 24th day in February 2023. And you know what that is? That is the eve to the election eve. What would you be doing tomorrow? There is only one thing expected of you, and that is heading straight to the polling unit and casting your vote. Who is your candidate and why are you voting for that person? Before you leave your house, whether today or tomorrow, whenever you're leaving your house, your polling unit, Ask yourself again, why am I actually voting for this person? Tell yourself the truth. Be sincere to yourself. Drop sentiments, drop your ego, drop your desire to, just feel good. And question your motive for choosing that person you want to vote for. Why are you voting in this person? Is it because he's going to deliver the dividends of democracy to Nigerians? Is it because he has the capacity, he has what it takes? Well, you may not know what they will do when they get into office, right? Because you really cannot 100% guarantee what they will do because you only know what is happening now. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, right? But one thing that can guide you towards what to expect tomorrow is their antecedents. What have they done? What positions have they occupied in the past? And what has been the results of that decision, the organizations, the positions, the leadership roles they've played in the past. What result did it yield? So go to the antecedents. Check. APC, okay. PDP, okay. LP, okay. Compare and contrast. And see which of the candidates really deserve your votes. Check character. Why should I vote in this person? What is this person's character? Does this person tell the truth? If I vote in this person, will he actually listen to me? If I vote in this person, will he be able to fight corruption? If I vote in this person, will the judiciary be able to work well? If I vote in this person, will the people have a voice? Will we have the right to hold our leaders accountable? Would we be able to hold them responsible for whatever goes wrong? If I vote in this person, are we going to see infrastructure, human development? Are we going to see diversification of the economy, the agricultural sector? How much of advancement are we going to see in it? If I vote in this person, is there going to be structures in place? Are policies going to work effectively? If I vote in this person, can he deliver? What is his blueprint? What has been his campaign messages and promises, as well as mode of campaigning? How has his speeches been resounding? I was reading a post from the US stating when they listened to one of the presidential candidates' speech, they couldn't help but give him a standing ovation. And they believe that this is the time when Nigerians can actually get the leader that they deserve. But are Nigerians ready for that? Will they be void of personal interest, selfishness, gullibility, sentiments, and greed? Because that's all I see, and that's just all I see. That's all I see. You say hunger in the land. It's no hunger nowhere. It's you. It's a you problem. It's no hunger. Don't blame hunger. It's you that is lacking the ability to read in between the lines, to be wise, to look into the future and take hold of it by your decisions today. You see, there is hunger in the land. So whatever they bring to you, you want to collect it. So when you collect it, after what next? No, okay, I'm seriously asking. So what next? You've successfully sold your vote. What next? What are you actually expecting? There's some people that put their fingers in your eyes and blinded you, made you suffer all the years. Then they now come to you when they feel they need you again. Now bring bags of rice to you, like, oh, we love you. If you vote us into power, you will do this again. Then in your normal senses, you will not collect it and go and vote them again. You are digging your grave because there is hunger in the land. Does hunger take away our sense of reasoning? No. No. It's a you thing. So, what I'm trying to say is, ask yourself again, why are you voting in that person? Why are you campaigning for that candidate? Why? Check all of these things. Check capacity. When I say capacity, physical capacity, mental capacity, character capacity, intelligence, integrity, strength, sincerity. Just know that whatever decision you take tomorrow, be ready for it. But just be ready. You will not run anywhere. Nobody will leave this country. See, we will leave. You will be here. No jack buying. Nobody runs. Want to run? Close the bottle. Close all the. Don't worry. I'm coming. You will hear from me. All right. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the program. It's Greenland live here on Today 95.1 FM. I am so excited to be here again. Okay, I mean, tomorrow matters a lot. I mean, we're going to make history tomorrow if we make the right decision. We're also going to make history if we make the wrong decision. I told you. So think again. Just don't think twice. Think continuously until that time comes, and be sure enough that you are making the right decision. All right? Gloria Kati is my name. And I will be here till tomorrow. Sorry, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I'm here till 2 p.m., please. Okay, so let's talk. Today is between you and I, all right? I want to give you the platform because a lot of persons are listening right now. I mean, this period is when the high and mighty, all the elites, their ears are wide open everywhere on the media, looking to hear information, to know what strategies to take, to know what the people are saying. So they are listening to you in case you're doubting. They are listening. Now, I want to give you a voice today on the program to air your plight, to air your expectations, because I know you have expectations. I know how you've been suffering as a farmer or an agripreneur. I know what it's been like. I visited some farms in my area, a couple of farms, met with some female farmers and male farmers alike. And it seems to be the same old stories. We need funds. We need support from the government. We need this. We need that. Irrigation is a problem. Climate change is really affecting us. And it saddens my heart. I'm looking for a time where, this program will begin to solve problems for people, financial problems in service as well. So, you have a challenge you were going through, you just phone in and boom, you get your answer. We're getting there. We're working on that. All right? I got some messages and calls from some of you out there, some persons stating what their needs are. And we're working on something. And so if you'd like to support this program, you'd like to help, render help, you'd like to feature in the success story of Nigeria. I like to put it that way. Honestly, there's so much to be done. The agricultural sector has so much potentials that we are not even seeing. So if you can invest in it, believe me, you have yourself to thank tomorrow. And so, you can call me up and let's discuss that further. All right? Meanwhile, let us talk on the program today. So, one of the stories making the rounds regarding the agricultural sector as this one from the chairman of All Farmers Association of Nigeria, River State Chapter, Ofim Maobari Igwe, who has urged farmers to come out en masse and vote into power a presidential candidate that has a clear vision for the development of agriculture in the country. Again, I ask, who are you voting for? Who do you think amongst these candidates has a clear vision, can see clearly, doesn't have blur sight, is not impaired in any way, can see clearly and can tell you what A is A, B is B, and will deliver? Knows what it means to diversify the economy. So, your chairman, the chairman of All Farmers Association of Nigeria, is urging farmers to come out en masse and vote into power a presidential candidate that has a clear vision for the development of agriculture in the country. Igwe, in an interview with Today FM's Olawale Sanusi, stressed the need for farmers to consider and elect leaders who are agriculture friendly in the forthcoming general election. Agriculture friendly. But how do you know a leader who is agriculture friendly? How can you tell a leader who is agriculture friendly? How do you spot them out or spot him out? Remember, you want to share today so it can help somebody else there make an informed decision and vote in the right person. How can you tell an agriculture-friendly leader to vote for in the forthcoming election tomorrow? Let's not sound like it's still miles away or days away. It's just tomorrow. How do you identify an agriculture-friendly leader? That's one. Now the other one, which I really want you to speak on, is your desires, your needs, expectations from the incoming government concerning the agriculture sector. What do you want them to prioritize? What must they put in place? Both the federal level and the state level. And when we say agriculture-friendly leader, now we are not only talking about the federal level, we also have the state level to consider. Because sometimes it's like we put aside the place of the state government and just focus on federal, forgetting that it's all levels. We have stages of this governance, and there is a role. There are responsibilities that are on the shoulders of the state government that the federal government cannot carry out. It's not the responsibility or duty of the federal government. Imagine calling on the federal government for state roads. That's just, So what would you expect or urge the federal incoming governments to do in Nigeria and River State regarding agriculture? What should be prioritized? You can tell clearly that the outgoing governor of River State wasn't an agriculture-friendly leader. If he was, it would have been evidence. It would have been evident in his activities, his leadership, his governance. But apparently, he was infrastructure-friendly, which some will still argue about. But whatever be the case, this is agriculture we're talking about. So how would you help someone make an informed decision in voting an agriculture-friendly individual? How do you spot one? And what are your expectations? What do you need? What are the core that has to be put in place in agriculture for it to excel, to help farmers, to help the sector, to develop agribusiness in Nigeria and Rivers State in particular? Or in your state, wherever you're listening to me from. In your state. Let's hear from you. 0817 000 0951 0817 340 0951 or 0810 951 0951 0810 951 0951 or send an SMS or a WhatsApp message to 0701 933 9962 0810 0701 933 9962. That's the SMS portal to send in your messages. So, let's hear from you. As a well-meaning Nigerian, as a farmer or an agripreneur into agriculture in one way or the other, either through technology or otherwise, what are they called? What would you expect the incoming government to put in place for agriculture to develop in Nigeria and in your various states? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Nido.
All right, go ahead.
My sister, I don't, for now, supposed to participate in those election that they want to do tomorrow, but due to the charge of the POS and all the rest, I cannot even afford transport to travel to my polling unit. That aside, what I will ask for the incoming government on agriculture is to declare state of emergency on agriculture in Rivers State, both the presidency, both the one that will succeed Buhari, let them declare state of emergency on agriculture in this country.
Okay.
And after this election, let them make the voters card to be as the ATM card the way it is, so that you can stand anywhere you are and vote.
All right then. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good afternoon.
Mr. Zion, you're welcome.
I'm not expecting anything from any of them when it comes to agriculture. I want to ask, in their consultations for the past months, how many of them did you hear at a consultation forum or consulted farmers or consulted any university in the Department of Agriculture for further clarification, discussion on how to promote agriculture in their states, in Rivers State, in Bayelsa State, and in Nigeria at large? Mention one. Just one. So you found out that these men don't even have time for agriculture. They don't care for agriculture.
That's why the chairman of All Farmers Association is asking farmers to vote in agriculture-friendly individuals.
That is why I am putting who is agriculture-friendly. Who among them consulted any of the farmers or agricultural program project or talked about agricultural
So how can you tell if they didn't do that?
Because they didn't do that, so they don't care about it.
How did you know whether they did or not?
If I don't care about your program, will I tune in at this time and be discussing with you?
No.
If you don't have time for this program, will they give you these bells to handle? Will you do the research?
No.
Would you go with a wishy-washy conversation, drop it and let people talk and you walk away? See, the truth is this. The reason you know how people value something or an object or a project, it is their concern and care. Even the call of this chairman of the farmers, I even fault him. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that.
What should he have done?
He would have mobilized his people before now and call for any of the candidates. Let's take River State as a case study and have a meeting with any of the candidates. And he would have come up with the resolution they have with that candidate on agriculture. Then they project that man as their candidate endorsing.
So, Honor, Mr. Zion, let me come back. I'm really interested in the first thing you said, where you said that none of them is interested in agriculture. If they were, they would have consulted, right?
Of course.
Okay. So, like I asked before, I'm asking again. How did you know that they have made no consultations on agriculture? How did you know? How did you know that they have no plans? Have you seen their blueprint?
The chairman himself did not make a reference to that. He did not say Party A consulted us or we had a meeting with Party A. So
I mean, that would be outright campaigning for the party if it did that.
That is how politics works. That is how it works. When you know here, when you hear particular people are endorsing people, when the former president Olusegun Obasanjo endorsed a candidate, what was his aim purpose? Was it not to promote that candidate? Because he has freed the antecedents of that candidate. So as agricultural people or as farmers, you should endorse.
So, Mr. Zion, now, what are you saying in essence? Because whether we like it or not, somebody is going to rule us. And it's who we vote that is going to rule us eventually. So, are you now saying that there's no hope for agriculture, irrespective of whoever we vote? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Zion. If you say there's no hope in agriculture, it then means that we don't have any qualified candidates to rule us or lead us in this nation. Because you cannot develop Nigeria without agriculture. So if we are finding somebody who is going to develop this nation, then all sectors have to be harnessed and utilized for the growth and betterment of the nation as well as the economy. 95.1 FM. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Madam, good afternoon.
Mr. Victor, you're welcome.
Thank you. Please, there is a hope for agriculture. Nobody should tell you there is no hope. As far as our candidate who are voting is on ground, there is a hope for agriculture. There is nothing there. There's nothing difficult there. It's just what's it called? A policy that someone can just come and decide that today, let this thing continue and instantly to take place. So nobody should tell you there is no hope. It's just that the people who have at hand now, they don't have any. In fact, it's like a meeting. They went for a meeting that they shouldn't. Anything agriculture should not come from south and south. Let it be coming from the north, so that the revenue will be going just like that, something like that. So, but this new government that is coming will not tolerate that nonsense. So there is a hope for agriculture.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Gloria Katia. The topic is interesting, and it's also very intriguing. You know, agriculture, especially here in the South, I still believe that presently it may be running on personal interest and involvement. You know, government is only interested where they can make money. They are only interested in investing on what brings money to them. And you know, like the topic, agriculture is a very big topic. So if, for instance, you want government to involve themselves in agriculture, you know, they look at it as probably is like they are throwing away money. But I know in the north, agriculture has become one driving force there, where the people there make money and they are used to it. But like we here, we are used to oil. So I think what I may be suggesting is I will rather encourage you to use your platform to kind of canvass, maybe kind of bridge the gap between farmers and government. If they know that there is so much money in agriculture, I don't think that they might not say they will not want to involve themselves on it. As for the incoming government, we may not know their interest in agriculture until maybe presently they comes in. Like today now, I went to the market now to do some shopping, and I see bags of gari being, brought down, and all those gari that you are seeing, most of them come from the north. Whereas we have a lot of land in this environment where people should be farming on gari and other things too. Tomato, pepper, and so many things are all coming from the north. What are we producing here? We are not producing. We are only consuming in this environment, whereas we have the land. So I think the platform is a very interesting one.
All right.
Well, I don't know at what point government is going to show interest.
All right, then.
Because if they are going to, you two will let us know.
All right.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. 0817-0000951 or 0810-951-0951. How do you know a candidate or an individual who is going to be or who is agriculture friendly? First off, we can tell largely that one of the challenges or the fueling factor to the challenges plaguing the agriculture sector in Nigeria is a lack of political will. If there was political will, policies would have been working. If there was political will, the government would have been paying attention to the agriculture sector. If there was political will, farmers, and I mean farmers, practical farmers, the rural areas, the real farmers, would have been benefiting from agriculture programs. And so, a lack of political will is a major factor affecting agriculture, because if they may know what to do, they may have consultants, they may have advisors, but as long as the will is lacking, nothing, little or nothing will be done. So if we look at these three candidates, who can we call out to have the political will? Who is most likely to harness that or possess those qualities needed for the agriculture sector? Who is most likely to listen to the people? Who is most likely to have a roundtable meeting with agriculture extension agents, with chairmen of agriculture unions, to know their plight, to know what they can do? Who is most likely to have the will? Because I do not believe that there is no hope for agriculture. No. I do not believe that we have nobody who can harness the potentials of the sector to develop the nation. So who amongst these three? 95.1fm. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gloria.
You're welcome.
In response to your question, I think among the three candidates, based on their manifestos and their campaigns, in fact, right from the inception of the campaigns, Labour Party has always, insisted on changing the narrative, shifting the paradigm from a consumption economy to a production economy. I think that's a clear point that they have blueprint. They have an objective of investing in agriculture. What else do we produce? You turn the economy, shift the economy from a consumption economy to a production economy. Every sector begins to produce, especially the agricultural economy. That term, production, has covered every aspect of the economy, which agriculture is part and parcel, because Nigeria is blessed with a very vast fertile land. So another challenge I see there is the area of insecurity, especially in parts of the north. The herdsmen farmers crisis. Ability to tackle that particular challenges will go in a long way to encourage production, encourage agricultural production. So I think it is what the incoming government, which I believe also Labour Party, in my own opinion, have a good plan for that.
All right.
Let me stop here.
All right, then. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady Gloria.
You're welcome.
I'm calling from Port Harcourt City.
Good to have you.
The last caller has really preempted my mind, and that means he is an ardent follower and listener of the campaigns and the pronouncements that were made by the Labour Party candidate. So, Labour Party candidate promised the North. I listened clearly in his manifesto, and during the campaign, his words were clearly stated that they are going to, that the next oil in Nigeria is the vast arable lands in the north, so that he was going to make use of it and use it to put Nigeria in the right perspective as it concerns moving Nigeria from production to from consumption to production area. But the only problem I see him facing is how to let his program trickle down. Gloria, you agree with me that if you go to our local governments and states, you see exotic cars, some buying bulletproof cars, but you don't have tractors. Government does not buy tractor, and even if it's for farmers to come and hire it. So if Nigeria has not moved, if the Labour Party can have no plans of mechanizing the agri sector in Nigeria, it will still fail. The rice, whatever that Buhari's administration have done, we are seeing where it has ended because it was not properly mechanized. No tractor. People are saying doing a chaotic system of farming, while in the US and other developed areas, it's only about 3% or 4% of the population that are filling the rest of the nation are even doing the export.
Right.
But in Nigeria, almost 90% of us are farmers. We can't still feed ourselves. So I think if they are elected, I hope their policies will be a lot.
Isn't almost 90% of who?
I mean, Nigerians are farmers.
Almost 90%. Where did you get that statistics?
Nigeria, if you go to the north, even a police commissioner, even a minister is a farmer.
Well,
they have their farms. The local people, their major earnings, they do it through farming.
That statistics is still wrong. 90% of Nigerians are not farmers. And then when we say farmers, who is a farmer even to start with? You own a farm does not make you a farmer. I can agree if you own a farm. We own a farm, you're earning from it, or you're investing in farm, or you're in agribusiness. It doesn't make you a farmer. No. So 90% of Nigerians are not farmers. When we're advocating for more people to be engaged in agriculture and you say 90 people, no, that's wrong statistics. Hello, good evening. Good afternoon, rather.
Yeah, good afternoon. I agree with that man that says almost 90% of Nigerians are agricultural. It's true. Myself, I'm an agricultural. You must not be a crop before you become an
It said 90% of Nigerians are farmers.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. It's not farming. Being a farmer, it does not mean you
No,
must be
being a
crop.
farmer is that you're missing the point. You're missing it. If you are in agriculture, you are in the agriculture value chain, or you are one way in agriculture. I can understand, but you cannot tell me you are a farmer and then don't know what it means to farm. A farmer is somebody who works actively on the land, keep livestock. You're working on the farm, you're rearing, you're training, you are tilling the soil, or you're doing whatever it is you're doing. But you're working actively on it. That is a farmer. But however, gone are those days where farming is limited to just tilling the soil. Right? But if we want to go to the statistics of Nigerians who are farmers, it's not up to 90%, or even in the agriculture value chain. No. .1fm, good afternoon.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon. Call back. I remain still in it. Those who say 90% of Nigeria, they are farmers. Their statistic is wrong. If 90% of Nigeria, they are farmers, how can we be buying things, food costly in Nigeria? I think what I would say here is that any governor that wants to succeed the present governor who have a good manifesto for agriculture, I think Rivers people should run around that governor to vote for him, because all we need now is agriculture. So we cannot stand in this state and be buying food whereby we have masses of land. You go to Buru, you have land. You go to Omora, you have land. We have masses of land that are not being useful. So why is it that the government that will be in power will not look after agriculture? If you look at Ukraine and these people that is going into war, are really lacking in agriculture? So we need to declare state of emergency in agriculture, both in the state and the federal. That's my own take this afternoon.
All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon. Lost that one. 0817-000-0951 or 0810-951-0951. The message portal is 0701-933-9962. This one says, good afternoon, ma'am. Of the three major presidential candidates, only one has been specific on his plans for agriculture. The Labour Party presidential candidate has never failed to mention what he intends to do with Sambisa Forest. He had consistently talked about the vast arable land in the north. He even said agriculture is the new oil. Given his antecedents, I have no reason to doubt him. It is possible. Newton, you care? All right, Newton, thank you for that one. You can still send in your messages. 08079339962, 07019339962, or send your SMS or WhatsApp message 2070. What am I saying? Call 0817-0000951 or 0810-951-0951. 95.1 FM. Good afternoon.
I actually called back. The issue is this. Even if it's not
who's speaking? Can't place your name.
Yeah, it's Victor.
Oh, Mr. Victor. All right.
So, yeah, even if it's not 90%, but at least I'm trying to say that if you go all these new layers past this land, you will see that each compound have their poultry, fishery, and piggery. Everybody is just putting effort in doing one or two things in the time in mentioning of farming. So if they can give a loan to these commoners. You will see the massive production of agricultural things on this, mostly in this state. So myself, as I'm talking, I have my birds, I have my fish, I'm this type of person that it's not really my job. I do other job, but I still have all these things because I know that agriculture is our next oil, according to what our government, our president will be said. The person that was telling you that there is no hope for agriculture. See, by the time when we have a better governor in this state, you see that each of the local government will have one or two things that one or two farms that the governor will put in place. If you listen to this Labour Party governorship candidate, when they were doing this, what's it called? That you will hear her saying she was really emphasizing on agricultural produce. So if you give people like this chance in this state, we will be exporting agricultural produce in this state.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Gloria Carter.
Yeah.
It's Pastor Peter, aka God is the greatest.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Firstly, I think you asked a question. Among all these candidates, the one that is going to be agricultural friendly.
How do you identify that one?
Yeah, only because if you ask me, for instance, I will take the APC man, if we are looking at the president.
Okay.
Bola Tinubu. Igbo man doesn't know how to farm. That is a specific analysis that we don't need to that. An Igbo man cannot farm. And
why are you bringing in tribe? What do you mean an Igbo man cannot farm?
No. You ask a question. You are talking of
what do you mean an Igbo man cannot farm? Have you seen Tinubu in the farm before?
Okay, I withdraw that statement, but let me say something. The people that are doing farming in Nigeria, we know them. The Igbo man trade, that is his career. He knows how to trade. If you are talking of trading, we know they can trade.
If you want to go by a region, those who really farm in Nigeria, it's the north. It's not even Tinubu.
Yes, after the north is the Yorubas. And if we want to be realistic and we want agriculture to succeed, we should be looking at someone who has a farmer.
Let me ask you a question. Have you seen Mr. Tinubu on the farm before? No. Answer my question. You're saying he knows how to farm. I'm wondering how you found out that he knows how to farm. You have.
Ask me, how do I know?
How?
Just ask me, how do I know?
How do you know?
Because he talk about cassava, ewa, gari, and the rest.
Mr. President, Mr. President now, Buhari, has he spoken about farming before?
Buhari is a farmer.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Now, you say Buhari is a farmer. What is the state of agriculture in Nigeria right now?
Come again, ask me again.
You say Buhari is a farmer, right? So what is the state of farming in Nigeria right now? What's the state of agriculture?
Because it did not. Have you forgotten the sacks of rice that were shown some times ago in Abuja? Hello?
I can hear you.
Yes.
The rice pyramid that has had no impact in rice production in Nigeria.
No, listen. But are you aware that Nigeria is exporting rice at this very present dispensation?
And we are still importing rice.
Yes, but we are still exporting rice. Now,
we're not exporting in much quantity. Sorry, I have to let you go now. I believe in sound judgment, right? If you want to posit something, your facts should be valid. It should be valid, sound, and authentic facts. I mean, you say Buhari is a farmer. Okay, you want to go for Tinubu because Tinubu is a farmer. Your incumbent president is from the north, and you say he's a farmer. So what has he done to why are we still where we are in farming, in agriculture? And you're already tribalizing the whole issue. You see, we just know how to just. I don't even know how to say this right now. But we can digress and then bring in ethnicity into everything that we do because of one form of bias or the other. And then we say we want a better Nigeria. It can never be better. With this mentality we carry around, it's only us that will still frustrate the government. 95.1 FM.
My sister, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
In fact, you have said it all. We are so much tribalistic. Look at what everybody is saying. Somebody have just came in to spoil the whole thing. People are listening. In fact, I thank you for cutting that man off. Even the person that said earlier that we don't have hope, my sister will have hope. If that person don't have hope in this country, concerned because we have hope. Because somebody did not come to call you to give you money, or that is why you say nobody come to Port Harcourt to invite all the farmers. Must somebody come to Nigeria, Liberty to call farmers that look at what he wants to do or his blueprint? By the special grace of God, my sister, there is still hope. If something you are holding in your hand, there is no point using mirror. If you watch, almost 80% or 90% of your callers have pointed that this man, Labour Party man, has what it takes to make our agriculture to boom in this country. Let us key into that. We have had other presidents. Look at it in River State here, what is happening in River State. They are just buying exotic cars, buying this, buying that. Like one of your callers said, how many tractors have you seen in River State here? Go to, I don't know whether you know, if you are going to Bibo Express, you will see, in those days we have school to land. That place, when you go there in those days, you see vast land. Today, go there, wretched house. They just built nonsense house there and kept. The agriculture there have died. In those days, 70s, 80s, when you go to that you will see a vast land. You will see crops.
All right.
Tractors. You see tractors. But today it have died. We are just building a hyper city with this supermarket, this, that. No agriculture.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon. You're my last caller. You've got 2 minutes.
Thank you. See, Mr. Zion.
Okay.
When you bring a topic, people should focus on the topic, leave callers alone. I believe, see, I'm too loaded to be talking on caller, what this caller did not say. I challenge anybody, mention one that had a passion for agriculture. None of them can mention any of them that say they use Zambisa forest. What will he do with Zambisa forest?
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Zion. There's no cause for alarm. I was also going to address that. But let's take this message first. Hello, Gloria. I am Chidi Okpalaku. I was the one that noted earlier about Labour Party presidential candidate having a clear policy or agenda of shifting the economy paradigm from consumption to production. This policy, no doubt, covers every sector of the economy. Insecurity will pose a serious challenge, but with square pegs in square holes, we shall get there. I am Chidi Okpalaku. I am obedient and useful. Now, let's see. Let me tell you this. Sometimes it might be difficult to just go straight to your point without referring to what someone says because of how it appears to you or got to you. Now, see, we must understand that everyone has a reason for why they say what they say and do what they do. And if you understand that, you'll be more tolerative. It's just like you bring an old man who has stayed in a place for a very long time. He knows the environment like he knows his palm. Like everything is on his palm. He has seen people come and go. He has seen different shades of people, different races, different everything. He knows what's going to happen next. He has seen in our local dialect. He don't see them finish. Then you that is new, you are not coming. You now have to come and tell him that, don't worry, you are bringing somebody from the same place that somebody has come before. Or you're bringing somebody at all to come and give him something that he has been promised over and over. Like, it's just like a child now. You bring a child and then you tell the child, I'll buy something for you. When I'm coming, I'll buy something. You keep coming, you don't buy anything. The child will no longer take you seriously. That can be said to losing hope in that person. So, if somebody says they've lost hope, It's not for you to attack them for saying they've lost hope. It's to encourage them and give them reasons why they should have hope. Because they have every reason and right, if I may, to lose hope. But if you don't think they should lose hope, then why shouldn't they sell the same light you have to them and convince them? And that's how we just make a better nation for ourselves. Because attacking somebody's opinion would not win them over, or someone's stance or belief. It won't win them over. It's trying to show them a better way and why that way is the better way. And that's how we just make the nation a better place and be more, tolerate each other more. Because we need tolerance as a people, because we are so diversified in everything that without tolerance, we will not forge ahead as one. My name is Gloria Kati. Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. Go out there tomorrow and vote character, antecedents, and proof. Do not go anywhere. More programs lined up for your listening pleasure.
The harvest is ready, 'cause the Lord of the harvest told me so.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
A very good afternoon to you. Here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Gloria Karibi Tambri. The Independent National Electoral Commission has revealed it had begun an investigation into the claims that permanent voter cards were found in the Anambra State Forest. INEC's National Commissioner Festus Okoye disclosed this today when he spoke on a television program. He said the investigation was to confirm the authenticity of the claim that PVCs were found in a forest in the state. The Federal High Court, sitting in Lagos, has issued an order of perpetual injunction restraining the Independent National Electoral Commission from contracting Musiliu Akinsoya, popularly known as MC Oluomo, to distribute 2023 election materials in Lagos State. The order also restricted the electoral body from using its privies or any persons acting under its directions from contracting, partnering, or appointing any of MC Oluomo's members and or drivers in distributing materials in the state. The judgment was delivered by Justice Chukwu Jeku Aneke in a suit filed by Labour Party, its governorship candidate Gbadebo Rhodes Vivo, the governorship candidate of African Democratic Congress, Funsho Doherty, the governorship candidate of Boot Party, Wale Oluwo, and four others. The court had on Monday granted an interim order on the issue before adjourning to hear the substantive case. The River State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of the member of the House of Representatives representing Port Harcourt Federal Constituency 2, Chinyere Igwe. A statement by the spokesperson of the command, SP Grace Iringo Koko, said Igwe was arrested by its officers in the wee hours of today at the Independent National Electoral Commission headquarters in Port Harcourt. The statement said nearly $500,000 and a list for distribution of the money were discovered inside the lawyer's car. The command spokesperson, Iringo Koko, also said the supervising AIG for the election, Abutu Yaro, has ordered the swift interrogation and arraignment of Chinyere Igwe in court. On the foreign scene, South Korea will offer radiation testing to 881 North Korean defectors after concerns were raised about their exposure to the North nuclear tests. It comes after a research report warned that residents around Pongyeri, the main nuclear testing site, could be exposed to radioactive leaks in water. The Transitional Justice Working Group estimates that up to 500,000 residents are at risk. It also potentially affects people in China, South Korea, and Japan. That was the news update at this hour on Today 95.1 FM. Ensures that you take advantage of this coming election to elect the right leaders. I am Gloria Karibi Tumbri. Many thanks for staying tuned.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the name is the one who made the public know about.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your Premium Talk Radio station.
We are your Premium Talk Radio station. Today 95.1 FM, the station with a unique dial.
You may wonder why we chose to double into broadcasting. It is because on Today FM, we understand the right of every person and every group to fair coverage. In bringing you the news, we give you a platform to share your views. We give you a voice. Your Premium Talk Radio, Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people, the people, the people.
Nigeria is more than a geographical expanse of land spreading from the north down to the south. Nigeria is the people that live in it. You are Nigeria. I am Nigeria. We are Nigeria. Nigeria gets better when we do. And there is no limit to the little things we could all do to make Nigeria a country we will be proud to call our own. Little things that matter, done for the love of Nigeria, is all we need to make Nigeria better and greater. This message is powered by Today 95.1 FM.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Thank you for joining us on today's Hustle. Talk That Talk. That's the program on Today 95.1 FM. Tomorrow is the main day where Nigerians will be deciding who will be at the driver's seat as far as this nation is concerned. You must be very careful. Your driver holds your life in your hands. You can drive anyhow, and you guys might end up in a ditch. And that's why people need to be very careful who they are voting. If you collect money, collect rice, just like we've heard, that some people are collecting rice. You will eat that rice for 8 years, because it seems as though some people have not suffered enough. I went around town this morning, Rumola from here to Zoba, Rumola, navigated Aba Road, Eleme Junction, Tank, and then came back, did one or two things. And you could see Nigerians are suffering, but somehow you ask a question, have they suffered enough to make the right decision? I don't think so. Maybe they've not learned their lessons. Maybe they will learn their lessons later. I don't know how this election will look like, but I just hope Nigerians have learned their lessons and will make the right decision. By the time you collect that money and you vote someone else that will sell off this country, then you tell your children that you collected 5,000 naira, a bag of rice, and you sold your conscience. That's what you're going to tell them. And also note that every decision you make tomorrow, if you are 40 years now, if you're 40 years of age, or you're 50, it means it's going to affect your children, because you just have, if God gives you long life and you have more 30 to 40 years, you're still going to suffer it. Then your children and your children's children, your grandchildren, and possibly your great-grandchildren will suffer for it. So every decision you're making, be very careful. Don't just think about yourself. Yes, you might say, oh, you are hungry, hence the need for you to collect that money. But you have been hungry all this while. And these politicians just remember that this is the time for them to give you that 5, 10,000, 20,000. Because we know that money is in the system now. Money has entered town. You think politicians don't have money, even though with the Naira crunch, cash crunch in the system, they know how to, manipulate the system in their favor. Politicians work so hard. But that's not my focus today. My focus is on Nigerians. Nigerians' inhumanity to their fellow Nigerians. That's the topic of our lecture today. Nigerians' inhumanity to Nigerians. I will just state some set of people that I've discovered that are very wicked within this period. Filling stations, not all, some. POS operators, not all, some, or even majority of them. Some shops, supermarkets, very wicked set of people. I will explain. We are aware of the Naira redesign policy and the shortage of cash in the system. CBN has not also helped matters in ensuring that we have the smaller denominations in circulation so that people can at least access the 200 Naira after the president had given a pronouncement, a speech. Even after the president gave a directive, I was thinking that the CBN would have been wise enough to allow 50 Naira and 100 Naira to circulate the system. Because if you have decided to fight the politicians, you can't suffer the poor masses. Politicians, I don't think, would want to carry 50 Naira in 10 million Naira bulk. And then 100 Naira. We, the normal people, can use that for their own transaction, because the local people deal mainly on with cash. Just like the Rice Farmers Millers Association chairman talked about the fact that some farmers have abandoned their farms because you don't have banks in some places. I have a friend who is a taxi driver. Within these few days, he's been helping me with some few cash. And it revealed something very important, that some of these POS operators get their cash from taxi drivers. They get them from some shops. They get them also from filling stations. Some of the filling stations, the managers also own POS. So you go to some filling stations, they will disable their POS and tell you to bring cash if you want to buy fuel. I don't know if you've experienced that. Before this time, you could go into any shop, any supermarket, buy something with your ATM, in as much as they have POS. You mustn't go with cash. But why the insistence on cash? Because some of them have POS. So they will transfer the cash and they will tell you there's a POS agent across. It's theirs. Go there and withdraw and come and buy fuel. That's one. Two, I got to Choba Junction last night. I wanted, to just get cash for small movement. So I said, okay, give me 1,000 just to see the exchange rate. And she said, for 1,000, I'll give her 500. And I told her to perish with her money. I was very angry. I told her, perish with your money. You are very wicked. And she was laughing. I said, yes, you are very wicked. I'd rather call a cab that will take me down home and I'll transfer to him. I told her, perish with your money. I had hopes of getting some cash this morning, and I was able to get from my taxi driver friend, Osinachi, very nice guy. If you need, someone who could pick you from one point to the other. An executive taxi driver, you can let me know. Chat me up and then I'll link you up with him. Now, you go to some of the POS agents and the person is saying for you to withdraw 1,000, you have to pay 500. I've not seen that kind of wickedness in my life before. How could you be so wicked to share my money with me 50%? For instance, if I believe in what the Christian faith called tithe, right? I pay 10% of my income as tithe. That's to God, because if I'm a Christian, I believe that God receives my tithe. So God Almighty that created me is collecting 10%. You, a mortal man, you want to collect 50% because you're giving me cash. The one who created me, that gave me the breath of life, said I should pay 10%. I'm using this as an analogy if you're a Christian and you believe in tithing, because some don't believe, which is optional. He said I can pay 10%. But because of the cash crunch and I want to collect cash from you, you're telling me to give you 50% of my money that I worked hard for, that I did not steal, because you are giving me cash in return. That is the height of wickedness, right? Because most times we point, we talk about the politicians. On this show we talk about the politicians. We have blamed them so much. But I'm looking at the inhumanity of Nigerian to their fellow Nigerian. Maybe because of the wrong policies government have implemented that has caused some form of chaotic situation within the system. Some people have taken advantage of this period to cash out. And I'm not sure, even if you build that skyscraper, when you grow old and you go and meet with your ancestors, I'm not sure if they will bury that skyscraper with you. And I'm not sure of where you're going to. Because I have seen people, Nigerians, display the height of wickedness that you can now conclude that the politicians are probably not our problem. But we are a problem to ourselves. If the politicians have failed us, should we also fail ourselves? Should we also be wicked to ourselves? Should we also ensure that people cry while we laugh? How do you feel when your fellow Nigerian is crying? How would you expect somebody, if he wants to collect 5,000, you collect 2,500, and the person collects 2,500, and you didn't work, hand in hand with that person to earn that money because you're a POS agent? Now, as a a filling station manager, how can you be so wicked to disable your POS? This is from my findings. You disable your POS so I won't buy fuel with my ATM, which of course on a normal day, your POS have been working. In fact, in some filling stations, they have 2 to 3 POS. So if you don't have cash, you can buy with POS. Your POS, in fact, in those days, sometimes we used to collect cash from the filling station. I buy fuel of 3,000. With my POS, I pay 5,000 and you refund me 2,000, right? We've been doing such transactions. How come? Because of the obnoxious policy, maybe fantastic policy, but obnoxious implementation strategy, we now have cash crunch. Can't we be nice to ourselves? Can't we be good to ourselves? Can't we be our brother's keepers? Why should we be so wicked and satanic to our own brother? Why should we be so wicked and satanic to our own sister? Why should Nigerians be so wicked to their fellow Nigerians? Because they want to cash out, because they want to make it. I am aware that in life there's a time to sow and there's a time to reap. Life is all about sowing and reaping. Planting season and harvest season. So you plant good, you reap good. You plant bad and evil, you definitely reap it. People don't know about this. Today's program is not about the politicians. I want to prick your conscience. Today's program is about we Nigerians, how we can be so wicked and satanic to our brothers, to our sisters. I have discovered a particular attitude amongst Nigerians. Once you are comfortable, everybody can go to hell. Once you have light, everybody can go to hell. Once you can feed yourself and your family, every other person can go to hell. We weren't like this. In those days, I remember then, I grew up in Diob. We had a lot of Muslim, both the Yoruba Muslim and Hausa Muslims residing within us during Salah, Barakah de Salah, and all other Muslim celebrations. We have rice and meat in surplus. The Yoruba Muslims, they cook their stew with a lot of red oil and pepper. For those of you who grew up in Diob, Ihite Street, Azikiwe Street, and the rest of them, you understand what I'm saying. So then we, the Christians, our Muslim brothers and sisters used to bring rice and meat with very huge meat, Then during the Christmas and New Year holidays, we do same to them. You could tell your neighbor, please look after my children. You didn't mind if they will, treat them badly. Of course, they will treat them well. You could go to your neighbor's house and watch movies, right? With those televisions, that you have to turn 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and all that. You understand what I'm saying? And those bigger ones that you have to open like a drop and close it. We were that united as Nigerians. We were our brothers' keepers. You could look after your neighbor's children, right? And your neighbor will also look after your own children. If you did something wrong, your neighbors will pounce on you before your mom comes back. And when your mom comes back, while you're crying with tears in your eyes, what did Emeka do? Emeka did this. I hope so on a bit and well. And your mom will still treat your mess up, around between 1, 2 a.m. We were that good way back, growing up. We are brothers keepers. How come we have now imbibed that selfish attitude, that wicked attitude, to undo our fellow Nigerians? People have been, a lot of stories on social media that right now, if you date a POS agent, you're short of something. That the most richest people right now are POS agent, bank manager, filling station attendants. When did we become so wicked to our fellow Nigerians? Why would you collect 50% of someone's hard-earned money because the person is collecting cash from you? And some of those cash, you got it from your friends, your taxi friends. You got it from a superstore close to you. Maybe they collected a token, but why should you be so wicked? So if I want to collect 10,000, you give me 5,000 and collect 5,000. Even Satan does not collect that much. So I want to prick your conscience via this platform. Let us know that this season will pass. Let us know that this affliction will not rise again. This affliction will not continue. I have decided that all the POS agents along my street, by the time we have enough cash in the system, I won't collect money from, even if they want to give me 10,000 naira for 10 naira, I won't collect it. I'd rather go to the bank and withdraw. And I have a couple of friends that have also made that vow, because we have seen the wickedness of man in display within this period. So I sent money to my cousin. I met with one of my cousins this morning, and I collected a way bill from him. I didn't have cash to give him. I just had about 1,500 to give to one of my aunties. So I now said I will transfer. He said the issue is the money you're transferring, half will go into the POS agent's account. We can only access half. So I gave him an idea. I told him, you have ATM? He said yes. I said, what you do is the money, tell my auntie, go to a shop where you want to buy stuff, use your ATM, and then slot in. And he told me some shops, have refused to accept transfers, and they have disabled their POS. But he still said, well, transfer the money. We'll look for a way around it. Nigeria's inhumanity to Nigerians. So Nigerians are now wicked to their fellow Nigerians. When did we imbibe such a spirit, such a wicked attitude? How do you feel? Your bank account is full, but your neighbor is hungry. In those days, we used to care for our neighbors, right? So your neighbor could knock on your door and tell you he and his children haven't eaten, and you will also dish out something for them. So during Christmas, it was, from house to house. You will give rice to your neighbor will still, do same to you. So you eat different spices, coconut rice, jollof rice, fried rice, rice and stew, and all that. We had that communion. We had that communal relationship. But everybody have decided to stay on their own. You see someone on the street being attacked by hoodlum, everybody walk past. Nobody, tries to find out what's going on. In those days, you can't try that. If they see a hoodlum, trying to defraud someone, trying to harass someone, even with a gun, everybody will gather. And then they will apprehend the hoodlum, call the police immediately, and then hand him or her over to the police. But these days, everybody is now an island. Where did we borrow that kind of lifestyle from? Where did we borrow the lifestyle of, I want to be rich at the expense of others? So every other person can go to hell and suffer while you make so much money and eat fat with your family. Right? Nigerians, inhumanity to their fellow Nigerians. People are now so heartless and so wicked and don't mind. People now sell expired product to people. Nigerians now sell this product is expired. It could cause the death of someone, yet you want to sell it because you want to make money. We are now so wicked and so heartless. People sell expired drugs to people. Nigerians, fellow Nigerians, on your street, on my street, by the roadside. This meat, is it fresh? Yes, Oga, it's fresh. Buy it and take it home. You won't be able to eat it. Steam it from today till tomorrow. I've had such experience. How did we get this far? When did we get to this point where we no more have conscience? Just 1, 2, 3 weeks of cash crunch. People want to cash out. Bank managers are now selling naira to POS agents. Some even have POS agents scattered all over the state. Bank managers now sell money to politicians because they want to be rich and send their children abroad to school at the expense of other people. If we don't fix this country, if we don't change our attitude and fix this country, I don't want to say anything negative. So in as much as you're going out to vote tomorrow for the person you feel is good, have you asked yourself, what are you doing within your own constituency? What are you doing within your own compound? What are you doing within your own street? Are you good to your fellow Nigerian? Is everybody not facing the heat? Why are we so wicked to our fellow Nigerians? Light committee chairman, they contributed money for transformer. You ran away with the money, but you're pointing hand at President Buhari and Governor Wike. You small money that they handed over to buy a transformer. Since PhD have decided not to be giving us transformer, but they will come and claim it when we are done buying it. They contributed the money, and you are the light chairman. The money was even in excess. You ate the money. Transformer, we didn't see. Armored cable, we didn't see. You went to buy Jeep. And then you started carrying security, so no one will talk to you. Continue. Like our former First Lady will say, continue. Continue to be wicked. Continue to collect 50%. Alpha and Omega. 0817-0000951, 0810-9510951. Good afternoon.
Hello, brother.
Welcome, sir.
Lucas from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead, sir.
You see, I've been hearing your conversation. I keep on telling my friends, keep on telling people that comes across me, that Nigerians are the problem of themselves. Our president, our councillor to our president, they are not our problem. But me are the problem of Nigeria. And the people I fear most are the prayerful Nigerians. How can I be praying for me to call you? I don't have a phone. I cannot pick my phone and dial your number. I keep on praying like you did it for the Israelites, that if you do it to me, am I not deceiving myself? How will I not nurture my children properly? It's only in Nigeria here that is God that trains children. We are still backwards, pretending to be in the front. We have lots of problems. How do we work in our various offices? I'm abusing my president. How do I do that my own little work in my private office? I keep on praying. I will still, where I am working, I will still Monday to Friday. At times I go to work on Saturday, I complete the ceiling. The following day, being Sunday, I still pray for God to move Nigeria forward. Am I not deceiving myself with prayer?
All right, thank you.
We've not started. Thank you.
Thank you very much. NS from Woji says, my brother, this is why I always laugh when ordinary Nigerians lambaste people in government. Ordinary Nigerians are worse than those in power. When this policy was introduced, the first people that complained were the POS agents. Today, they are raping us dry. Why can't filling station and supermarket help ordinary Nigerians instead of selling this money? Tomorrow, you'll see them in church giving testimony how they made millions in this hard time where everybody else are suffering. For me, I think when God was resting on the seventh day, Satan went to create Nigeria. Hello? Hello? Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. This is Alfred. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. I just a very interesting topic. I always tell my fellow Nigerians that we are the problem of this country. It's not the leaders alone. Yes, leaders have their own problem. But as you said earlier, if we can do our own part properly, and we are fair to ourselves as Nigerians, we don't have this problem much. Now, as you said, you mentioned a very important thing. How are we working in our offices? How are we treating our followers at home? We are accusing our president, accusing Wiki, accusing other people. We are the problem ourselves. Today, we should go and vote. We should not buy vote. We should not still vote. So we don't have conscience. I tell them that, check yourself. Do you have conscience? You collect bribe in your offices before you give somebody job. You collect bribe before you give somebody contract. But voting just wants to enjoy it. And you emphasize on that as if it's the biggest sin somebody else has committed for selling votes. We should check ourselves and repent from our evil ways. God will come and help us.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Victor. Hey, when you are saying this thing, I nearly shed tears. And this end time is really hitting in Nigeria alone, not even in other parts of the world. You see, when you are explaining how neighbor help neighbor and all these things, tears was about to run in my eyes compared to what is happening today in this country. See how people are wicked. People cannot be their brother's keeper anymore. Yesterday, I went to a POS very close to my house. I asked her, please, how much is 2,000? She said, 2,000 is 1,000. I looked at this girl. I didn't say anything. I just walked away. And this thing is these filling station people. They are very heartless. They are the people working this situation today now. They will gather people's money, gather Okada people, keke, taxi drivers' money, and then at the end of the day, they will sell it out to POS people. And they will sell it at the price of 1,100 naira. They will now make gain. Then after much, POS person will now go and sell the money at the price of 500 to 1,000. This is wickedness. And they say that if the head is rotten, all the remaining body will also be rotten. All these things that is happening today is caused by the government of Buhari. I wish the government of Buhari stand according to him, saying that he's coming to fight corruption. I wish he was fighting that corruption normally, diligently, without tribalism, without ethnicity, and he was fighting it the way he's supposed to fight it. Any policy he brought, he presents it and make sure they fight it to the end. You will see that all these politicians that is doing all this evil that people are imitating from, these things wouldn't have been happening. Imagine how a local government chairman, they will just make you a local government chairman today. The next thing you are planning is to buy SUVs and go on convoy. When you see all these local government chairman councillors, see the kind of cars they are driving. Why the people they appointed them or they voted them for them to guide? They are hungry. They cannot even afford food to eat, but they are moving from SUV to SUV, loading from one big hotel to the other. This is wickedness of Buhari government.
Thank you.
And very soon this thing will flush away. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. This one says there is no POS agent here in Emolga that is charging anything less than 300 for 1,000, some 400, some 500. Sincerely, I applaud bike people. Their price has never changed to that of motorists. Kinekawo Osigwe sent in down from Ofogo community. Max, I do not know how to thank you because of your series of educating programs. Could you imagine that I want to buy foodstuff yesterday, telling the seller, the woman who happens to be our family friend, that I will give her transfer? She refused, and she told me clear that I should pay her cash. I came back home empty. Mr. John Ahoda. Anybody who treats you badly this period, no problem. We will not buy stuff from you now. When there's cash, we will skip your shop and go to another place and buy. I will be greeting you. We'll still be friends, but I won't buy stuff from you. It's simple. You think this thing will continue for life? No way. We'll still, when they are ready, they will push cash into the system. Newton Ikure says, good day, Maxwell. I think I'm going to toe the same line. When the situation normalizes, I won't patronize the POS operators that have been doing me shaggy since this impasse. As at yesterday, I was having just 200 naira on me. I went to my regular POS guy and he charged me 1K for 4K. No wahala. The rain falls everywhere. This too shall pass. This one says, have you gone to all this big market early morning to buy market? Those people won't sell for you until they finish praying. But after they pray finish, they will still dupe you. They will still mix palm oil with water and sell for you. At the end of the month, they will go to church and pay tithe from money they made illegally and ask God to bless them with more. These same people will go and select leaders from their community and expect them to go to Abuja and act like angels. NS from Woji sent in that one. Actually, on top of the day, Nigerians are too greedy, and I don't know if this greed was transferred from our great-grandfathers. We need to check the origin of this greed in us. Thank God, ability Atuebu sent in that one. Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon.
How are you? Good afternoon.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, are you surprised at what is happening? My name is Christian.
Welcome, Christian.
That's why when people talk about leadership, I say, my friend, stop talking about leader. If you're talking about leader, you're talking about yourself. Lord Denning in the law profession said you can't build something on nothing. When you talk about leadership is built on people. That's why leadership is a reflection of people. Because in Nigeria, people are waiting to steal is more than people who are stealing. That's what it is. But let me give you a little bit of spiritual dimension why it's so. Because even from the time of Christ, it was seen 2,000 years ago that at the end time, the love of men will wax cold. It's clear in the Bible. that the love of men will wax cold. What does that tell you? Who becomes so greedy? Who becomes so wicked? Sorry to say, you see, when God created us, we are striving to the ideal human being. But today, as I speak to you, we are not. I don't think that majority people can even be ascribed to be called an ideal human being. And when you are dissociating from what you're supposed to be, you're degenerating. You become inferior of what you're supposed to be. To the point that even in some cases, we don't even behave. We behave less than an animal. Sorry to say it. That's the truth. Because if you see the kind of behavior people have today, you begin to wonder, where did we pick this thing from? Humans are not supposed to behave like this. But like I told you, it could be connected to what was said in the Bible, that in the end time, the love of men will wax cold. So I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm even expecting it to be worse, because the word of God must come true. So you shouldn't be surprised. But I fight it whenever I have the opportunity. Just like you said in my area, some people will tell you, you want to buy something, they want to add something to what they are selling, because I'm doing transfer. Okay, heck, I don't. I will just leave that place and move on to another place. Because I also do business where people do transfer for me. I don't charge anybody for anything. But people have become so wicked. And tomorrow, like you said, next tomorrow, like you see the religious houses, everybody will be clapping and shouting and praying and thinking that, man, we just deceive ourselves as a people. I just pray that this kind of program will hit the conscience of so many of us, if indeed they will really still have the conscience, because I know that a lot of conscience are dead. Because what is populating the earth today is more of an inferior soul and degenerate spirit. So it's not going to be quite easy for you and me. We only struggle against it, but at the end of the day, for those of us who still strive, who still have that awakening of having some conscience, let us not allow these other one people to dissuade us from the right path. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christian. We do appreciate you. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maxwell.
Welcome, Chris.
Yeah. I will not blame anybody, and I will not blame myself. I will blame security agencies and the government that are supposed to do what they swear and oath to do. This APC man, they say if you see something, say something. Then when you see that thing and say that, they will call it allegedly. So, what do they want us to do? To go to police station and start fighting police station people? No. ICPC and the EFCC, they're supposed to, they know the people that are doing all those things. They know the bank managers. They know everything about them. Am I the one to arrest the bank manager? No. So to me, you see this rain, it will fall for any, because when this policy came, I told you people that this policy is satanic and is going to bite both the people that say it's a good development, they are crying. I see most of them, they come to me and they cry to me. This administration and this policy, they say it's a welcome development. It will bite all of them, because that's why they say don't throw stones. I see this thing, I say this policy is satanic. Why are you, because of politician, you want to suffer me? You want to suffer my age mother? You say it doesn't matter. You don't want them to buy votes. You don't want to. What is my business concerning people buying votes? You have everything to checkmate people that are buying votes. You see the people that are buying the votes, you tell security personnel to come and arrest them. They tell you allegedly. There are some set of people here where you see them doing something, you go to police station to complain. Once they carry their rifle, they ask you who is that person. You mention that particular person. They tell you, you people should go and settle. Is this how country is supposed to run? But when they hear this same set of tribe of people, they follow you immediately.
Thank you, Chris.
They are going to.
Thank you, Chris.
You see this country, this is Nigeria. All of us go to our head. They carry waiting with the back. Say good.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon.
Welcome, sir.
Do you know the Nigerian police force is among the best profession in Nigeria? Do you know that? I keep telling people this, but they don't believe me. You see, if you are being carried to a hospital and the person died, they say it's God. Who told you that it's God? Did that doctor, was he trained on what is on the disease that is, what is suffering? Is it true? But the police force, what is their salary? From January 2022 to December 2020, how many people has police killed unjustly? And how many people did doctors kill unprofessionally? Are we not dealing with that? And police is the only government profession you can change for them to start doing the right thing. The way police work in Rivers State is not the way they work in Anambra, not the way they work in Lagos State, and not the way they work in Sokoto State. They work based on the character of the citizens on the area where they operate. We are the problem of ourselves. Nigerians are the problem. That is why when I'm anywhere the Nigerians start to pay, I believe that thing immediately because it's a deceit. Nigerian players are 100% deceitful action. Let us stop here. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Welcome. Oh, so sorry about that. Please do call back. NS says, Maxwell, does it mean that it's only in Nigeria that we see a sign of end time? Because I don't think the things we see here, we can't even imagine it in sane society. It is evil and wickedness. People should stop using end time to justify evil. All right. Thank you, Ernest. Well, that's your own belief. Good day, Maxwell. Wale from Woji Estate. Honestly, this topic brought to the table this afternoon is grey. How I wish all other sister radio stations could run same topic in sequence. The situation at hand have made us to lose our good conscience to do the needful. God help our mindsets. Godwin from Artillery says, Honorable Chris has just said my mind. Okay. Mr. Obin, thank you. But I want to assure the POS agents and the filling station managers that this situation will not last for long. It will pass. Right? How would you receive your friends that you have duped, in quote? Why would you collect 500 naira from somebody who wants to collect 1,000? Okay, let's assume that they transfer 2,000 to someone who doesn't have food to eat. Then you will now collect 1,000 and the person will be left with 1,000. What kind of wickedness is that? And then you filling station manager, you will puncture your POS machine so it doesn't work, right? And then you point your hand at the customer to go and withdraw money from your own agent to come and buy fuel. I hope that POS will not start working by the time we start having cash in circulation. That POS should remain like that. And then bank manager, they give you the small money they gave you. You gave some to politicians, use some for your own POS stands, and then sold some to some other POS agents to make money. Let me see if we'll carry all this money to heaven. Good afternoon.
Maxwell.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, calling from Port Harcourt. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I think it is quite unfortunate for anybody told me that by this time or this point in time that we'll be experiencing this kind of problem. I would disagree. I think government policy give room for all these sharp practices, even though I don't support profiteering at the expense of the masses. You see, they come out with this issue of fuel. Before we know it, now through this Naira design, just take away our mind. Government have been telling us they are going to do something. By the time they come out with this artificial scarcity, just to create room for panic buying, thereby hiking the price, and the hike of price of petroleum will affect other sectors of the economy. People don't understand. And they are telling us that we should not blame government. Government will have 80% of what we are suffering today. They travel abroad and see how government come up with a policy that will work, that will affect the people positively. Each time make transaction, I think, Master, did they not deduct something from the account? Every transaction made, where is this money going to? Look at our nature, the public infrastructure. Is there anyone that is working? And they say we should blame our people. No. 80% of the problem we have in this country is our leadership circle. Until they do the right thing, that is where. Look at this POS. If not for the intervention of POS and some other districts, other informal sector, who will have access to his cash? Look at how people are strongly in the bank just to collect either card or ordinary 5,000. and they say that we have leader. No, our leader is a major problem. So nobody should speak in favor of our leaders. They are the major problem. They travel abroad and they see how things are done in other parts of the world, and they have come here to mess up the system, and they say people should be clapping for them.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome.
My name is Mr. in Egypt.
Go ahead, sir.
You see, sir, that thing that you just narrated this afternoon, it happened to me last night. I went to collect 2,000 naira. What they give to me, 1,200. I wonder the kind of Nigeria we are living. I wonder the kind of citizens that we are. Tomorrow we'll be busy complaining that our leaders are bad. Tomorrow we'll be busy, next tomorrow we'll be busy going to church, clapping hands, shouting God's name, whereby we are defrauding other people to get rich. Is it the leaders that tell those people, POS operators, to collect 100% of what you are about to withdraw from their POS? Is it that everything that we put on the leaders? Human beings, we Nigerians, we are the one who keep Nigeria this way. If we see bad things, we also say this thing that is going on is not good. Once we go against it, the leaders will adjust their ways. The ones who keep on dancing, say these things that they are doing is good, definitely the thing will continue. So it's not everything that we go to blame the leaders. We make them to be there. Even are supposed to be use that money to travel to my destination, to Bane, to Gomi, where I'm supposed to cast my vote tomorrow, but I could not make a move. Because of the high cost of the money, we're using our own money in this country to exchange our own, to buy our own money.
Thank you.
I think it's too much. The hike is too much.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I can bet you all these POS people go to one church or the other, yet see how they happily practice evil. Tomorrow they will blame the politicians. I blame the religious bodies because of the kind of sermons they preach, washing the brains of the people to believe in money. Please put your name. Good afternoon. This is not for us. Also, my friend, a POS operator, stopped her business because she can't stand over charging her fellow humans. But there's this lady she asked me to transfer her money as to buy cash from a filling station, which I did. But guess what? The same lady charged me what is not good. Okay, Maxit sent in that one. Maximum, my place was number 75. I think we're back in the days in Port Harcourt. This has always been my stand. We are so wicked. I said thanks for the gift from Yenegua. Thank you. Good afternoon, Axel. Total filling station in Uzoba is selling fuel only to people with cash. This is how wicked people can be. ID from Port Harcourt. Then when cash becomes available, they should boycott that filling station because some people need to learn their lessons. Simple and short. Simple and short. When there's cash in circulation, you boycott their business and go somewhere else to buy, since they want to be wicked. Right? Before, were we not buying fuel with our cards? What has changed? Kanu says, Marx, President Buhari alone cannot fight corruption that has become a way of life in Nigeria. Corruption deeply entrenched in us. At every stage, we ambush one another. Has any state governor shown interest in corruption war? Please, we should leave Buhari alone. Kanu, thank you. My friend Osinachi told me this morning that some POS agents have been approaching him to give them cash. And he said, I won't give you. You people are so wicked. I'd rather give it, I'll spread it around to my friends, my clients who are going through hell. He said, I won't give you. Because if I give you, I won't add anything. Then you will now go and sell it 1,000 naira for 500. Greetings, Max. I'm really impressed with the level of care, love, and empathy you have shown to the pained and the helpless in times and seasons like this. May the Lord lift and honor you beyond your expectation. Honorable Marlon, thank you very much. This one says, again, I want to bring to your notice another leg to what shop owners do. Those who accept transfer, they add 15 naira to any time to okay, whatever you buy. Ugochukwu. Well, Ugochukwu, there is a place I buy stuff. They add, I think, 20 naira. I don't feel bad. I easily give it to them. 20 naira is nothing. 50 naira, to an extent, depending on the amount of goods you're buying. If you buy something worth 5,000 and they say you should add 50 naira, you can let go, right? But I went to buy beans from a woman who sells beans. I mean cooked beans. I just wanted to eat beans and bread. So, madam, give me beans, 400 naira. She said I'll add 100 naira. I said, perish with your beans. I left her. Went somewhere else. Why would I add 100 naira? And you have POS. I'm using my card to pay. So I will add 100 naira. Because I want to buy beans of 400 naira. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Yeah, good afternoon. My name is John, calling from Ibadan.
Go ahead, sir.
You see, okay, it's as everybody shouting now, Nigeria. We are blaming government, blaming everybody. But we never blame ourselves. You can imagine, okay, what even started the scarcity of the cash? Can we now see, let's ask what was the president's argument or logic in this whole thing? We never blame ourselves. That's everybody shouting now up and down. Because it has hit everybody hard. The POS people have hit everybody now shouting. But in our different endeavors, in our different lives, we are all the same. The worst character I observe in Nigeria, typical Nigerian man, is always happy when he is comfortable and the next person is passing through difficulties. He always give us joy to say I'm comfortable. Okay, what did the president, what caused the actual cause of this thing? We have been selling our rights all this while. That's the president's argument. We have been selling our rights all this while. Being induced before we can vote the leader that goes into power. So in order to save us, are we not even should be ashamed of ourselves? We are the real cause. Because like I said last time, we are like a child that being given a lunch to school. Then he will eat his lunch before the lunch. He eat his food before the lunch. So in order for the parents to save you the hunger when others are eating their own lunch, then you won't have anything to eat. Then they have to withhold the lunch until the lunch time. That's what we are. That's what happens. We should blame ourselves. This is who we are. You see, Nigeria, tomorrow all of us will go to church. We don't even practice righteousness. Even moral rights, we fall below it. Yes,
Thank you, sir.
We are even talking of being righteousness.
Thank you.
Honestly, it's too bad, honestly.
Thank you, sir. Dim Chukwemeka says, in all this, even the devil is saying we are going to get it right. We will vote the right people. I ask, who are the right people? Do the person or the people fall from heaven? Fell from heaven? Sorry to say, I don't know if we the Christians sell our conscience for money. On Tuesday at 11,